Cool, and we're here. Sure, I will most definitely play first. And well, I do have a bunch of fours. I got a bunch of threes and four lands, so I'll certainly keep it. I can play the Spell Snatcher, even though not the most exciting thing to be the first to open up to removal spells, but eh, I've got to play. And my opponent's no longer thinking. Cool. Well, right out the gates, just straight up blue. Ooh, and is it the mirror match? Um, yeah, I'll still be able to play double white on turn 4 if I need to. I'm not really hiding that much of important information if I'm blue white. Ugh, okay. Alright, so this person took the soul summons. It's not that I don't value the soul summons that early. Cast face down. It's fine. Carry Spell Smasher is just a little bit better than by a little bit better, I mean considerably better than the Free Weapons Master, so I'll send it down first. Gladly block the Manifest. This card is quite good, yes, but I'm trying to think, I don't remember exactly what I picked over it. Yep, Snap Bloxy Start fueling my Delve. Ooh, okay, so we got the mirror match. Hmm. This way I can outlast if I wanted to next turn. If I play the Absent Battle Priest, I can outlast and play the Carry Spell Snatcher, assuming I don't draw a land. If I draw a land, I can outlast and Absent Sky Captain. Um, yeah, that just seems better. Yeah, okay. I like my play there. It'll give me the ability to do the most with my mana on the next turn. And if nothing else. Okay. Ah, sweet. So let's outlast. Yep. And Sky Captain. Sweet. And then soon enough I will be able to. I'm not going to be able to do it in one turn because that's just going to be incredibly expensive. So I can just make a big life-linking dude. Then again, I did pass a bunch of force aways. Yeah. No, I'll take the 4. That's fine. I'll be able to make it back up with these kind of things. Just taking the 4 is totally fine. Like I said, I will be able to make it back up. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Well, what you can do? Sure. Okay. So I've got 6 mana up. I can Will of the Naga, or I can just Treasure Cruise here. No, I can't Treasure Cruise yet. 2, 3, 3, 4. This is probably less likely to be a removal spell. I can block and then the counters onto the Spell Snatcher. Or I can just block and leave up Will of the Naga. Which I think I just block and leave up Will of the Naga. Rather, attack and leave up Will of the Naga. So what does that get me? I mean, the only reason when I say only reason, blocking gives me, if my opponent plays another land, gives the option for my opponent to unmorph, and then when I Will of the Naga there, oh, it's tapping, dear. I keep thinking, why did I think this was bounce? Okay, sure. Take a look at my hand. Fine with me. I might as well just will the Naga anyway. Bam, bam. Yep. Why do I keep thinking this is the bounce card? It's not that great. Alright, well that's okay. So, well, get in, it's not gonna tap. And I can not play the Spell Snatcher and the Scion. So I might as well. If anything, if there was a turn for me to be treasure cruising, it's here. Just because I can. What morphs are these? Do they. Like, nothing kills the Scion. Hmm. It might just be. Might just be treasure cruise time. Uses my mana the most. And the morphs can attack, so. Sweet, you even got a land out of the deal. Okay, so next turn I can play both morphs. Okay, sure. You certainly got me there. Or I can play a morph and the Scion. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Cast face down. And yes. I mean, I know you have. You know that I know you about it. Know about it. And 1, 2, 3, 4 with the blue up Scion. It's just the best play. If my opponent wants to kill the Carry Spell Snatcher, then sure. But it's about time I get it out there. Man, if I'm able to get this to die and then shrink this so that the counters go on it, then it just becomes incredibly beastly. Okay, what are these morphs? Master of Pearls would not be exciting. War Behemoth. There is the 3/3 flyer. There is, or the 3/1 flyer. Mystic of the Hidden Way. Let's just go for it. There's also, Kill Shot. Channel Harm. Sure. That's fine. Okay, so my opponent was immediately to my left. Well, get in there. Yep. It's unfortunate I didn't kill the thing, but what you gonna do? 1, 2, 3. Cast face down. I could flip it next turn. Nah, no need to. Or I can flip it this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Double Mystic. Whoa. Jeez. Okay, this game kinda spiraled out of control quickly. Okay, what do I need? Skullkin's not gonna do it. Is there a way for me to win? Oh dear. Hmm. I don't believe so. Might as well keep attacking. Keep put up the impression that I can do something. There's certainly no way for me to do 12 damage. And a kill shot. Yep. Sure, you go for it there. What was the other morph? 1,000 winds. Jeez. Oh no. Wait. Where's the 1,000 winds coming from? I'm confused. It was Treasure Cruise and 1,000 winds. Oh, revealed Treasure Cruise off of the Dragon Ice Offense. Oh, okay, blah, blah. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. Well, into sideboarding. Okay. A race for the enchantment. Is it really that important though? I don't think so. It's just pretty sweet. Hmm. Yeah, I think I just run it back. I don't see a reason for me. Smite the Monstrous doesn't hit all that much from what I saw. It'll hit the 1,000 winds, but that's it. So the question is, what's better? Is an Erase, a Set Adrift, a Rakshasa's Disdain better than a Smite that hits one thing that I saw? Well, if I'm able to be a little bit more aggressive, I don't have all that many. I probably won't have all that many cards in the graveyard. So the Rakshasa's Disdain doesn't seem too exciting. Let's just run it back, I guess. Keep the Smite. I mean, certainly, out of a bunch of my cards, I would like to play first. The Suspension Field doesn't hit too many. Alright, gotta risk it to get the biscuit, right? I've got a 2-drop, and I'm on the play. So if this gets in 4 points of damage and then dies, I'm okay with it. Because the only way it's dying at that point is if this gets in 4 points of damage, trades with a morph, I'm fine. Or trades with any targeting spell, like I said, I'm fine. And if this was any other card, maybe not a keep. Yep, just because I draw myself some cards. Sweet. Oh, sweet. Alright, let's get there. No soul summons. No soul summons. Are you kidding me? Of course. Of course my opponent had it. Well, hit in? Sure. Yep. Land. Ooh, water roll. Skullkeeper. Yep. Well, I'm glad I didn't just draw running lands, but one of those islands would have been sweet to draw. Sure. Morpherino. Okay. Let's get in there. Ooh, taking it like a boss. Okay. So, my opponent's deck is sweet, to say the least. What do we got here? Is there anything that flips for 4 that trades with my guy? Why wouldn't you attack in? Now I'm just really curious. I mean, it could be the 3/1 hexproof, or it's just the 3/2 unblockable guy, Mystic of the Way. I don't know why you don't attack. I guess kill shot. Go for it. Worst case scenario, they bounce off of each other. Or it trades with a card that I would much rather have trade with it. You got your 2 damage in, and you prevented me from drawing a couple islands, so we're pretty good. You've done your work, Sultai Skullkeeper. I'm quite perplexed because opponent ran the Yule no blocks, no attack skis. So what do we got going here? I'm I don't know. What? I don't know what my opponent can be thinking about. Because what doesn't happen, what's gonna happen is it's going to get bounced. It's gonna get bounced this turn. And the reason I attack first is instead of bouncing is sure it's just the morph. I give my opponent the option to trade with it. If my opponent doesn't, then I can enhanced awareness. And I guess I didn't have to play. Ooh, okay. Well, let's get there. If this is hexproof, if this is a hexproof dude, then it's the hexproof dude. Uh, boom. Yep. What was it? Oh, a free weapons master. Okay. Cool. All right. Sure, that's probably what it was, and I can see why my opponent doesn't want to trade there, but okay. It's underwhelming. Attack with the dudes. Alright, now the question is, do I Scaldkin just for more points in the air? 5. Next turn it's 6. I mean, my opponent probably doesn't want to bounce even Surveyor. Or I can Enhanced Awareness. Enhanced Awareness uses the mana best, but this gets another body in the air. Turns it into a 3-turn clock in the air if my opponent doesn't have a flyer, and we didn't see flyers other than something that, yeah, okay. 4. Scaldkin it is. I guess in some ways it protects me from bounce spells. Just conveniently left up the feat of resistance that I do not have. Like I said, if I'm going to get there, it'll be with the flyers. And the only thing that blocks my flyers well is going to be like the 1,000 Winds, but this takes care of it. Okay, but in all likelihood, this is just the free weapons master, so okay, fine with me. I guess Smite the Monstrous also kills the free weapons master. Glacial Stalker. Ooh, okay. That's also quite sweet. Alright, well, get in. Hit for 4. And I think at this point I can just leave up Smite and Enhanced Awareness. Because I'm on a 2-turn clock. Ooh, okay. 4, 5. Enhanced Awareness. Yes, please. Also interesting around the old no attack skis, no block skis. Force away. Force away the Scaldkin. Ah, okay. Draw discard, sweet. But also interesting that I certainly don't need that planes. Salt Road Patrol. Hmm. Get in there. Sure. I can Scaldkin or I can Absent Captain. 4. And Morph. If my opponent wants to kill my Morph, sweet. Because then that's an extra turn with my Sky Captain. And next turn, I still was gonna have Smite them. Bathe in Dragonfire. Sure. Fine. Still drawing to red is makes Scaldikin halfway okay. Yep. Oh, this Carry Spell Snatcher is gonna be sweet. Ooh, as is this Treasure Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you just gotta go for that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, man, that feels pretty cheating. So I can Abzan Battle Priest. That does unfortunately not leave up the morph for the Spell Snatcher, but oh, will give me my Skullkeeper a lifelink ability. I can Citadel Siege. Each combat on each opponent's turn, tap target creature that player controls. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This doesn't have flying, so I probably do just want to get a flyer out there. And I mistapped, unfortunately, but not much I can do there. Just I wanna be able to have pressure on my opponent. And then next turn I can Citadel Siege. I could actually Citadel Siege plus Abzan Battle Priest next turn. And then just start going crazy. Now this does put the squeeze on my opponent because Scaldkin plus red mana is gross. Just guy Wind Scout. Okay. Well, certainly a card. And Mystic of the Hidden Way. Alright. Not bad. Ooh, Will of the Naga. That's quite good on my opponent having an empty board. Um, well, I can just get in with everything. Tap, tap. My opponent has to be able to do a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves up 3 mana. Just enough for Scaldy Poo. Okay. So if I don't have to show my opponent Citadel Siege, I won't. 4, 5. Tapper, tapper. Yep. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Attack with everything. Empty-handed, so this can't even unmorph. Sure. And just put my opponent to dead. Alright. Cool. Did my opponent have any unmorph things? Oh, just the Efreet Weapons Master that I knew about? Okay. Sweet. I'm actually quite glad that we didn't have to show the Citadel Siege. Um, we actually didn't even show my opponent any new cards. My opponent had known about the Keru Spell Snatcher, and opponent knew about Will of the Naga, so I'm quite glad. And once again, Smite the Monstrous might not be the play there. I feel like there will be times where I'm gonna want to kill the 4/5. Then again, I could just keep it in because Thousand Winds is just going to be a beast, and there's not many ways for me to get past it. Killshotting it would be ideal. So I've seen 2 targets thus far, but I don't think either erase. There's 1 target for erase, and I'm less concerned about it hitting or getting hit by the enchantment than I am having this as a backup for the 2 things that I've seen. Plus, there's 2 targets for this, so that automatically makes it a little bit better. And sure, if my opponent has the enchantment, my opponent has the enchantment. Set Adrift is underwhelming, and Rakshas's Disdain is also quite underwhelming in instance. Maybe just a 7-drop first strike trample is going to be sweet. Certainly expensive, but I could get there. Nah, my 15 creatures are fine. Oh, then again, the trample 6/4 trample with oh, this is a hand. This is a hand. I am definitely going to keep this. But Citadel Siege plus the dude is quite sweet. Sweet. Getting there. By getting there, I mean drawing lands. Alright, and we don't have the turn 2 duder. So we're going to go War Behemoth into Scion into Aven. Oh, that's fine. Ooh, Mystic, that's good. Cast face down. F6. I'm going to be wanting to do things with my mana, so this coming down a little bit later is going to be better. Yep, sure. Let's see any things for my opponent to bring this back. Maybe my opponent just wants to be more aggressive. I can't block, so. Alternatively, I can Alabaster Kieran here. Okay. Let's see if my opponent wants to trade. Sweet. Monastery Flock. Okay. Fine with me. Alabaster Kieran. A reason to lead with the Scion would have been Bathe in Dragonfire. Uh-huh. Yep. Whoa, begin combat. Blop. It is slightly unfortunate that I can't play the Aven Surveyor. But I can play the Scion, and that's going to hold back all of the potential morph creatures that my opponent would have, so I don't think I'm at the point yet where I need to leave up kill shot. And drawing a land at any point is going to be sweet. Saltwater Cliffs, or Swiftwater Cliffs, is the land that I least want to draw. Okay. Opponent hit the white. This is pretty decent for me. Well, I'll have to kill the Meringue River Prowler eventually. Yeah, I'm still thinking I want to keep back Scion. Plus blocks. Absent Sky Captain. There we go. So Absent Sky Captain into Absent Battle Priest will get me to the point where I might be able to put myself ahead. Force away. Sure. Now that Bathe in Dragonfire would be très unfortunate. Okay. Huh. Okay, so I just block like that. This is an Efreet Weapons Master. Yep, that's not surprising in the least. But then this way it'll be I'm just going to get that 6 of those life points back. And I end up trading. Well, 4 of those life points back. Okay. Oh, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay. Well, I feel like that was still the appropriate block there. What did you reveal? God, 1,000 wins. Gross. Okay. Well, taking down to 5. Yep. Hit for 2. Blocks. Use my mana the most efficiently. Okay. Well, we certainly have a game, boys and girls. Yep. Oh, sure. Okay. My opponent had the burn spell. There is, I guess the only other way that I benefit from that is, and who knew my opponent hit an actual dude on the manifest? Um, I feel like my block was okay. We knew this wasn't a free weapons master, and figured the odds are pretty good that this isn't a creature, so block there. Um, Try and get my opponent to kill it, and then playing the Absent Battle Priest to gain some of that life back. Feel like was a decent enough play. Had we drawn the fifth land in time, the game might have shaped up a little bit differently. But hey, I guess pyrotechnics for the win. Sure, my opponent's deck was certainly a little bit better, um, a couple notches better, but I guess that happens sometime. Who knows? Maybe if we were Sultai, the deck would have turned out to be even better. I think that might have been where we should have been. But thanks for watching. This is Mike with Mana Bluff. Oh, poor Citadel Siege. See you next time.